guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution Tarot, and I'm here today to bring you a message from Spirit. So take what you feel resonates, disregard the rest, my friends. Go about your day and know that no matter what messages come through, it's still up to you and your active free will, the choices you make and the steps you make or take in this world to how you get your fulfillment. And to me, this is personal freedom, it's personal power, and it's something that lies at the tips of your fingers and the soles of your feet, my friends. So use your autonomy with grace. Give yourself some grace and follow your heart throughout this. So I'm going to take a moment before I get into the cards to call in Spirit. I'm going to ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, my team of light, and any of your spirit guides that would be here for the highest good of the entire collective to join us. And I'll ask them to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, as well as to send out peace and blessings to all beings on the planet at this time. So I'm going to ask them to use me as the clearest channel possible, delivering messages that are for the highest good of us all, but the most far-reaching. I'm going to start out with the Kuan Yin Oracle by Elena Fairchild. It was really guided to. It's a super pretty deck. And we're going to get just one message as like an overall feeling of what Spirit wants us to know right now. Okay, so Spirit, what is one message you would like anybody watching? What would you like have them take away from this reading today as a major overall message? Thank you. And we have the Lotus Throne. The bottom of the deck is Dynasty of the Divine Mother, and they're showing me the call of the Dancing Crane. So I will look up the call of the Dancing Crane, but this one, this mother, I feel like this is, some of it, as I heard, is accepting all stages of yourself, but just the purity within your soul and your ability to create. And this comes down to me as well as mothering yourself, right? Taking care of your needs, making sure that you are fed well, that you're putting yourself to bed at a good time, that you're taking care of yourself. Because all of this stuff, right, I heard is like, it's good mental hygiene as well, to make sure that you're keeping up with all of the day-to-day things. So what they're saying is like, if you need to work out, if you need to take a walk, if you need to read, if you need to have a bath, you know, if you need to play a game for like, you know, whatever it is to you that's going to give you some mental clarity and have you feel kind of rested. That's just the you time throughout the day. Give yourself that time. So the Lotus Throne we have here is number 37. And let's see what it says. The lotus wisdom that enlightens beloved Kuan Yin and all spiritual masters in the very same lotus light within your own heart, beloved. It can take great courage to trust your own inner light, to ascend to the throne of your own inner spiritual authority, especially if the light of others around you seems more powerful than your own. You are being asked to trust this inner guidance above all others now. Have faith in your own heart. Know that you are divine, and that is the truth, my friend. Have faith in your heart, your gut feelings. When you are trying to take steps that are gonna, what I heard is there's something about set aside your destiny. You're taking steps so that you are, they said you're gonna be written into the history books, okay? You're taking steps here to follow in line with your divine destiny. Don't disregard that divine within you, that you have so much creative power in every move that you make. There are times on the path when we can greatly benefit from assistance from others. In fact, there are times, almost always. A true spiritual master, teacher, guru, guide, or healer has the same role, to connect you with conscious awareness to your own inner light and beauty, that you are in truth in the same spiritual power. Conscious awareness to your own inner light so that you may come to realize the spiritual power, authority, and beauty that you are in truth. Yes, the same spiritual power, authority, and beauty that you see and honor in them. It's why we kind of gravitate towards people, that when we kind of click with them, that's where it sits. It's because there's something on a soul level that really resonates with them and their energy. So it says sometimes we might need an external guide to help us to make that connection. Sometimes we are closer to our own divine wisdom than we consciously realize, and yet we fall into a habit of believing that others may know more of what is good, true, or true for us than we do for ourselves. Sometimes out of habit and conditioning, it is just easier to see the divine light in others than within our own heart. This oracle comes to you to guide you to trust that your own inner teacher is growing stronger, that you have more spiritual wisdom than you have previously acknowledged, and that you will benefit greatly from heeding your own heart's guidance at this time. You are guided to carefully discern the level of influence that others may be having over you. In your admirable willingness to be open to learn and to grow, you are wise not to surrender your discernment. No matter how wise or powerful a teacher might be, it is wiser and more powerful still to always test what they seek to say to you by sitting with it in your own heart. Does all this guidance I've been following feel true to your heart? There is a little affirmation meditation that you guys can do to kind of get yourself more and more in line with what your heart, and listening to your heart and your own divine nature, knowing and trusting that you know the way, right? It knows the way. It says, imagine that, so at some point, sit comfortably with your eyes closed and take your awareness to your heart chakra in the center of your chest. Being aware of the light within it, imagine that within this heart light you can perceive a beautiful throne, a magnificent chair, or lotus, upon which a divine being of light sits in graceful, strong, and passionate pose. This could be you. This is you. Imagine this chair, and here you are sitting here. Quietly say, I now ask to connect with the wisdom and spiritual authority of the lotus throne and the being of unconditional love and light that dwells upon it in my own heart chakra now. So pay attention to what experiences or what thoughts, like when you do this, pay attention to what experiences or thoughts come to you, your own perceptions, and really trusting in this, okay? Because you are being shown the way. So before I get into tarot, I have the Moonology Oracle here, and just ask some additional messages, please. That's absolutely a beautiful, powerful message within itself, especially in terms of this lotus wisdom, on that they grow out of the mucky muck to be this gorgeous flower floating on top of the surface, and this beauty that we see, not realizing that they've had to go through all of this muck to come up to the surface and be that shining beauty that we see. They're also saying something about the lotus plant, like parts of, I believe, lotus, they are edible, check that out, but there's so much here. It's not just about the flower, it's about so much more, and then even the inner geometry, or like what the lotus looks like inside. It's pretty cool. So, Spirit, what messages do you have for us at this time? Oh man, I'm hearing like Prince of Bel-Air, like you're going to sit your throne at the Prince of Bel-Air. Well, you're going to sit on your throne, man. You're going to be the best version of yourself that you've ever felt or been. And it is because you are taking divine magical steps, my friends. Kind of like me Lucky Charms box over there. Kids had to have it. And you know, like, I'm still not sure whether I like it. It's weird. As a kid, you always think you want it. And then kind of like the marshmallows, but then everything else is kind of plain. So, let me know what you guys think about those. Anyway, so let's get one card, please, Spirit. See, this is also taking your time. Because a king or queen, they don't rush through their decisions, right? They've taken their time to think about it. So the bottom of the deck here is hold your vision. They've taken their time to think about it. As well as this is sitting on your throne. You're not going to give up on your endeavor, on your vision. You know the way. And you may have people around you who are trying to stop you from doing this or stop your way. But this is where it's like, but no, my heart knows the way, and this is where my heart's guiding you, and, you know, or guiding me. And at this point, I need to listen to it. So you have emotions are running high, and balance spirituality and practicality. So for right away, what I heard is for some of you, you might want to go on like a major spiritual mission and undergo learnings, and like they're almost giving me like on this trip, like go somewhere to learn something. And that if you are able to do that in your stage in your life and where you are, that is like something that, yeah, jump up and run. And then there's other things where it's like, but here's where we have to balance out, where we may know that this is a calling, but if we just cannot possibly do it at this time, here's where we have to plan on what can I do that's similar. And for some of you, this is going to be also holding your vision. Can I do this somewhere closer? Can I get something similar? What is my vision? Because work through your fears also is under that. For some of you, what I heard is this is going to be, you're going to be making money off your spiritual teachings. You're going to be making money off your spiritual practices because you want to learn and you want to grow spiritually, and you want to also have groceries in the house and your bills paid and all these things, right? So it's kind of like these are the kinds of things that what I heard is you could really be doing what you love. You're going to start, really what I heard is coming into your own, and that flower is starting to open. That we've crossed those lines from the muck, holding your vision. And for some of you, whatever is really coming into fruition is something that you've held your ground about. You've held your vision for quite some time. And I feel like you could have some adversity to your vision, and this is, like I said again, people trying and stop you. But again, your heart is the only guide you need here. So we've got the energy oracle as well. Can you tell me about the emotions running high? Because I think this could be fear too. Yeah, here's the sun and all tied up. It's just fear. Fear, for some of us, this really is like fear of our own success, because we don't know what that looks like, or because we're a little afraid of failure. I heard some of us imposter syndrome as well, right? Like, are you sure? Because I gotta tell you, sometimes Spirit does give us, when you hold this vision, you've been given this download of this is what's going to happen. But then you're like, oh, I'm not that person. I don't think I can make that happen. And if you follow your heart and you trust your vision, you may find out that whatever this was, you followed that. You did it. This is where it led you. And yes, in fact, whatever vision you've been shown or whatever path you've been led down, you are that person, my friends. And the Two of Inspirations popped out. You are that person. Whatever you're going to do, only you can do it. And only you can do it the way you can do it. Sit on your throne. What I heard is, too, there's going to be haters. Let the haters hate. Let the players play. Like, don't interrupt. They don't even need to play those games, right? It's like, you don't even need to interrupt play. I'm not even going to switch and see, in between commercials here, because there's this, what I heard is, for some of you, there's something about a long shot. But for some of you, some people have told you it's a long shot, and you're like, no, I hold my vision, I can do this. And other people are kind of saying, oh no, man, I don't think you can do this. And then this is proving everybody wrong. And then this is even more like, with this emotion running high, it does feel like this could be you, right? This also could be, what I heard is eclipse energy. What's kind of being eclipsed out is you holding your vision and giving no shits about anymore what anyone's going to think or care about. I kind of started getting a stab in the back of my shoulder too. So definitely could be somebody who's tried to, what I heard is bind your energy as well. But somebody who, again, those people, and like I'm getting it in the back pain now. But somebody who has tried to, I think they saw the queen or king potential in you. And I heard they may have thought you were a little cocky. They may have prayed for your doom, right? Prayed for your failure. And your successes were something that, it's just, whatever this is, the emotions may be running high, it feels like, but like I said, you're in a place where there's no shit's given. You're on your throne and you're doing what you do best and going for this long vision. It's not about a long shot, it's a long vision, and it's going to take steps to get there, but there is a lot of commitment held in this as well, and it pays off for you. So, Spirit, what is the message with this Two of Inspirations? Because following your heart, and there's also about taking action. We're not just going to watch from afar. This is also that creative self. This may be saying eat more orange things, like eat carrots. This could also be, kind of cleansing out your sacral chakra. For some of you as well, and you guys probably can't hear it, but there's sirens outside. I'm getting out and watching the sunsets, because what I heard is there's a lot of downloads that happen here as well. A lot of source downloads. And we also have the devil here. For some of us, this is temptation. For some of us, this is fear. Why are we taking so long? What stands between us and success? Fear. Vices. For some of you, for some of you, they're giving me an example, okay? Like, so if you want to run like a 10K and you can't understand why it's really difficult for you to run, but you smoke. And you smoke a lot, like anymore. Well, here, what is getting in the way? Because you can train and you can train and you can train, and you're really going to need to really increase your lung capacity, right? If something is happening, or if something's happening that is decreasing your lung capacity, but you're not wondering why you're meeting your goals, there does have to be an acknowledgement on our own part, right? This also could be where emotions are running high as well, because you have I heard some of you it's counterpart energy, but others of you this devil energy as well as whatever energy has tried to stop you too. Okay, because there's places where we have to realize our own self-sabotage, right? So, man, I know that if I snack too much, it sabotages my scale, right? And if I keep snacking, well, there's nobody else to blame. There really isn't, right? It's me. It's kind of like there's those times where we have to be like, yeah, like it's me. I'm the problem. It's me, right? But I also think that there's going to also be such an importance on, it almost looks like, okay, if I can show you the way I'm seeing this, is in between the lotus where I had it, the throne, and the inspiration, there's this devil energy. And it's interesting that this is actually focusing here. It was almost focused here. I feel like it's important on where your focus lies as well. So for some of you, like if you do have that person who's really trying to stop you and get in your way, or putting those fear or negative mindsets, or just putting limiting beliefs on you and trying to make you quit because it's something they would do, or this isn't their vision, or it's not their vision for you, or they just don't want you to succeed. They're just, all of the things that would try and stop you. This is where it's like you see it and call them out, and again, like you're not worried. You're not going to worry about that. Like, it cannot be touched. This is where that's the long shot. Okay? You have the Eight of Materials, which is definitely learning. She's juggling. She's got a lot going on, but she's calm about it. She's learned a lot of skills. She's also got her hand a lot of jobs. There's just a lot of different things that she can do, but there's also about the movements. And you have the Six of Inspirations. For some of you, it may end up that, like, your spiritual, whatever it is, like I heard your practice or your business, it may not just be one thing. And what I heard is branches. Okay, kind of like this is almost what it looks like. This is of a rose bush is when it starts to branch out and create new stuff, and it's all been at your hands and something you've really built. And it is the Six of Inspirations. This is the Six of Wands. It's something that it's coming into fruition. So whatever this devil energy is, could even be like, us thinking we're not good enough, or it's not going to happen for us. Well, that is time to say goodbye to that thinking. And I went to pick this up and I flipped the deck and we have the Emperor. This is again being in our authority and our autonomy with the 10 of Inspiration underneath here. That we also are taking the help to carry the load when we need it as well. So for some of you, again, this is the king and queen. They don't run the kingdom alone. Phone started dying. Sorry guys if this cuts out, but I love you all and I hope that you have a wonderful